Right, back here in studio, despite the continued scourge of gender-based violence in the country, the Tears Foundation believes the sex education remains an elusive and somewhat contentious subject in many schools. To bridge this gap, the foundation has teamed up with First for Women Insurance and the Industrial Development Corporation, and in conjunction with the Basic Education Department, the tech-enabled solution called Speak Up has been launched. Tears Foundation founder Mara Glennie joins me now live in studio to talk to us about this. Mara, thank you very much for your time and thank you for your patience. I'm sure you understand when there's breaking news, we have to keep going with those visuals. Just firstly, tell me about, this new initiative that you formed and how will it help? Because, for instance, we've had LO at schools, we've had the education department trying everything it can to have sex education, something that people can speak about comfortably, but it's still a contentious issue, as you say.
Thank you for the question and thank you for inviting me today. I think what one must recall or bring to mind the fact that almost 10,000 young girls have unplanned pregnancies with live births in our country every year, and it's escalating. So I got into assisting the youth because I run a foundation that helps rape and abuse victims because I'm a survivor. And what happened is that I started the service, and a few months into running the service, I discovered that the youth are not educated about sex. And most of the pregnancies are a result of rape. So I thought, well, I've got a free service that you use on a mobile phone. If I made the information available to the youth on their mobile phones, they would be able to learn. So that's what we've developed, a service that will help children, young adults, to learn about sexual advice, pregnancy, what the difficulties are, where you can go for help.
And boys, they also will be assisted in terms of their behavior, right?
Well, it's open for everybody, because unless everybody changes their habits, we will continue with the difficulties of unwanted pregnancies and transmission of diseases like HIV.
What are some of the most prevalent areas where you find yourself having to step in?
One of the biggest difficulties is that parents get angry. They don't want you to talk about sex. And the thing is, the hard part to remember for parents is that they are having it behind your back. It's best if you talk to them about it, because young people experiment. And what you want to do is keep the door open so they can always talk to you.
And just lastly, in terms of life orientation, I'm one of the first people in South Africa or in one of the first groups when LO was introduced. And I don't remember learning much really about sex and how to protect myself during those years. I don't know if the curriculum has changed now. Do you have any idea if it actually has subjects that assist people or young people to teach them about gender-based violence, what's right, what's wrong in that aspect?
I have reviewed the curriculum and I will be working with the Department of Education, but a lot of the LO subjects or content is discretionary. So you'd rather have a bank in talking about economic literacy than someone talking about having sex and not becoming pregnant as a result. It's a very difficult subject. People get squeamish and stressed, but it's a very vital topic because we can't have more people getting pregnant in our country. The reason I started it was that we were picking up many babies in Alex, abandoned newborn babies. So you can imagine the desperation of a young girl to actually abandon her baby. It means if she has it, she'll lose her opportunity to schooling. She'd lose maybe the house they live in because it's already got 4 sets of adults in it. So having a baby is a very big decision. So people are throwing their babies away in bags with the rubbish. It is frightening.
I think the other important topic is that having a baby in our society at least is looked at as a woman having a baby, but there are 2 people who made that baby.
That's why it's very important to, as you asked, to help the boys as well. So our service is very unique. It's free on your mobile phone, where you can view an educational video and you can ask questions. That's how earlier on you mentioned that we were helped to fund it by the IDC and First for Women. We were able to develop a program that anyone in South Africa can look at it for free. I'm just going to show you my flyer. It's called Speak Up. because we're encouraging the youth to speak up against these situations, to speak out if they've been raped and abused.
Well, thank you very much for your time. I know it's a wonderful wish to have. Sometimes I wish I didn't have to have these conversations on the show, but unfortunately we do have to spread the word. Thank you for coming into studio and speaking to us. That is Mara Glennie. She is the Tears Foundation founder.